11 laps on the board, green light, away we go. Good start for Ramicus as they go towards turn one. Good start as well for Lucio, was able to chop across and get ahead of Andy Rattel, who's going from grid number 3. Andy Rattel needs a good result here, having had a DNF earlier on this morning. Good move there from Alexander Bondarev in the 226 has got past Rattel there into third place. There's some drivers off towards the back. The 320 is one of them. That's Energy Corsa.
That's Maximilian Bondstrom.
Yeah. So Bondstrom in trouble there. The Swede was towards the back of the field and will not be progressing up the order in the early stages of this one. But it's Ramicus leading, and Bondarev aggressive down the inside, takes second place away from Lucio. It's another fast start for the driver there in the Prema Racing entry.
The new right-hand tyres working well for Alexander Bondarev. Exactly what he needs, straight into second place, needing some of these better results. Now, that is Marcus Lucio under a little bit of pressure here now from the driver behind. There, confirmation of the new tyres on the right-hand side of Alexander Bondarev's kart. And to the inside there, that is Andy Rattel. Now, Rattel needs a very good result in this one after his retirement in his previous race. He really needs to focus on this one. But right now for Marcus Lucio, he is starting to really feel the pressure here now as down the inside. That is the 328 getting through. That is Andrea Martinez, and he won the last race that he had. So again, he's also feeling the pressure here.
Martiniello has got through as well. This is a difficult couple of moments for Marcus Lucio because he's looking vulnerable to others in this train. There's a bit of a battle going on immediately behind him with one of the TB karts involved there. I think that might be Arnaud Belizia in the 327. Matthias Meerschout also looking to get involved. In fact, Meerschout, yes, was going through into 7th place there. End of lap number 2. VDK Racing's Thibaut Ramicus on his first weekend at the senior level here in the IAME Euro Series for the Winter Cup. Down the inside there goes the 328. That's a beautiful move there by Adrian Mustinez, who just seems to be a completely new driver today.
Yeah, he does. Martinello there, very quick as well to read the road. He started to turn in and then he saw Mustinez was there and then just dipped out the way. He loses another one now to Marcus Lucio. Lucio back on the charge now after that overtake. And again, Lucio, the ball's very much in his side of the court, and he needs no lower than third because he's battling with Finn McLaughlin.
Yeah, indeed. At the moment, on those live scores for the intermediate classification through these qualifying heats, if the race was to finish like this, it would read McLaughlin on 3, Barry Berg on 6, and move for the lead. Through goes Bondarev, past Ramicus into the final chicane.
Yeah, indeed. Well, there we go. It was before the last chicane, but yeah, not sure what corner it was on. Hopefully we do get to see that. But yeah, now, so Thibaut Ramicus now having to think, right, what to do now, because he's not been able to immediately attack back going in towards turn 1, and that's what we saw him do earlier on. When someone got an overtake on, instantly would fight back. Not this time. Now, he has not got a fresh set of tyres on either side of his kart at the moment. Bondarev does. He's got the brand new tyres on the right-hand side of his kart, and it is still working very well for him here, but he's got to be careful now. Rattel's still there in third. Ramicus still there in second place. Martinez, with the fastest lap of the race, is starting to close in on this top 3 as well. Bondarev tucking it as much as he possibly can. And for Ramicus as well, Ramicus is not a tall driver. He doesn't need to really dip his head down, so he gets the ultimate slipstream, and he can stay completely focused on what's happening in front of him. Dips the head down a little bit there, but he's got the slipstream, and I thought it was going to be a late move there, but it's going to be a move here. And Derek Martinez to the inside of Andy Rattel. Rattel just gives enough racing room, but Ramicus is still on that rear bumper. He has not dropped Bondarev here.
Psychologically, I think Mustinez is the big factor here. I think that the two drivers now ahead of the Spaniard are both aware he is absolutely flying at the moment. A 56.301 for the 328 last time around. At this stage of the race, you're on lap 5. You've still got more than 50% of this one to go. Now is not the time to start fighting as if it's the last lap. Out of the race goes the 322 of Mark Lepiccolo. That's not good news for the victory lane driver. Let's have a look at a replay. This is Bondarev into turn 1. It was the slight move there from Ramicus down the inside. That's where Mustinez made the move for third place past Andy Rattel. There is Bondarev again.
But still, great stuff from these two here. But again, Ramicus is not fallen off the back, but I've got to say, Andrea Martinez is bringing Andy Rattel to these two here. We're going to get a full cut scrap. Big curb moment there for Bondarev as he fights his way through 3 and 4. You don't want to do that too much. This is how the move for the lead happened. Right, now there it is just in the background. You can see it. Now that's in towards turn number 7. And yeah, you just see down the inside and nicely done.
Yeah, really good move from Bondarev. Crucial few laps this, I think, for Marcus Luzio. 1.6 seconds behind this quartet. 0.6 of a second ahead of Hugo Martiniello. But again, it's that 1.5 to 2 second range where if there's a bit of a squabble up ahead as Ramicus goes down the inside into the chicane and retakes the lead of the race at the end of lap 6. This could be hope for Marcus Luzio because Bondarev's going to come back down the inside. Mustinez is going to try and follow through as well for P2, and here comes Andy Rattel as well. Oh my goodness me, Ramicus goes from 1st to 4th in the matter of 1 corner.
Yep, gain 1 and lose 3. That's not what you want at all, and Ramicus now has got a lot of work ahead of him here. Now with that battling happening, keep an eye on Luzio because he's got the clean air in front and behind, and he is starting to close in as well. He is only about a second and a half or so behind this battle, so he is starting to close in, but Bondarev now has the pressure of Andre Martinez. Martinez is right there, and he has closed in from quite a distance. He has gained 5 positions in this race, and he's there now in P2, and he's started to break away from Rattel now and Ramicus, so they are going to have to be careful now. They are going to need to work together, but this is where you've got an experienced senior driver like Andy Rattel and a new senior driver like Thibaut Ramicus. This is where you got to think, right, okay, you got to... This is the big game now. You've got to focus. You've got to really push. You've got to work together now. You've got to really work together with all the drivers around you to try and close that gap back up. And that's exactly what Ramicus is doing. He has stayed behind Andy Rattel, pushing each other along, and they've closed the gap back up again. Good racing.
Really interesting the psychology of this race at the moment because it's got that feel. Yes, it's a heat. Yes, in terms of the weighting, it's exactly the same as the other ones before. But you're getting towards the end of this phase of the competition now, and drivers are thinking ahead to the superheats and beyond. You saw Mustinez point forward to Bondarev to say, no, I'm going to go with you, but still Bondarev wasn't sure. He just sat to the inside, didn't defend too hard into turn 1 last time around. But can he hold on for this one? How's Marcus Luzio getting on? He's being dropped, I think, still 1.6 seconds back from Ramicus through the chicane to complete lap number 8. It's Bondarev, it's Mustinez, Rattel up to 3rd, Ramicus in 4th, and once again Bondarev feels the need to go defensive to the inside through turn 1. They're leaving the same order, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah,
no change for the top 4 at the moment. They do stay in that same order, but where's Luzio? Is he closing in? I'm not going to say he is. I think he's dropping back a little bit more now. He's not able to catch up to this pack, and that is only because they've not gone defensive or anything like that. Give it another lap. I guarantee you that changes.
Yeah.
Because Bondarev will defend on this one. He's not lost them. He knows that Andre Martinez will go for the move, and Rattel right on that rear bumper now. We're going to see a move either in this next half lap or lap or so of racing. I can guarantee it. Into turns 15, 16, into the final chicane once more. No dive to the inside here. Nice line astern. Good driving all the way throughout, and a little bit of a gap there now between the top 2 and 4. Now Bondarev goes defensive. Here we go. This will bring Rattel Ramicus back into play now, and it might, if Rattel goes to the move here on Martinez, it gives Bondarev the advantage and they'll drive away. It's got to be a really careful move that each one of these drivers puts in here.
Absolutely. In terms of the intermediate classification, you can see there in the bottom right hand of your corner, there's a lot to potentially be lost for all of these drivers at the moment. If the race was to finish like this, McLaughlin would lead at the end of this round. That would be guaranteed. He's already raced in this particular rotation on 3. Luzio would be 5. Barryberg on 6, drawn with Caronini. And Bondarev is just off that top 6 at the moment. He's sat in 7th place on the live scores because there's that aspect as well for Bondarev. 7th place, it's not a bad place to be. If you start going 9th, 11th, 13th and 3rd at the back, you've got a lot to do when we get to the superheat. Final lap, defensive to the inside once again is Bondarev. He's read that perfectly so far and is holding Mustinez at bay. Yeah,
that is a true drive, that is. So keep an eye. Bondarev still leading. Martinez, Rattel, Ramicus still in that top 4. But no change whatsoever. Keeping the door slightly open but not completely, and Bondarev maintains control of this one. Ralph van Daren with the fastest lap of the race. He started this one shotgun at the back of the grid, and once again, he has made some good moves. He's up to P13, so Ralph van Daren still having a fabulous little race here, but we're focused on this one now as Martinez has left the door open, Rattel to the inside. So Andrea Martinez now in third place, and will have to try and fight in this final chicane. Keep an eye on Ramikas, though. We saw what Bondarev did a few races ago. Into the final chicane they go. No changes here. Anything into the final chicane. It's Bondarev who takes the win. His first win of the weekend from Andy Rattel. Andrea Martinez and Thibaut Ramikas in fourth.
Really, really good race there by Alexander Bondarev. Prema Racing take the heat victory. Andy Rattel home there in second place. Almost roles reversed for Adrian Mustinez. He pulled the exact same move on Thibaut Ramikas earlier on this morning in the previous round of heats. It was him losing the position this time. Rest of the order coming in. Great drives from Juan Aluya, up 13 spots again to P9. But I think for Andy Rattel as well, that was a much needed result. He's on the back foot with the DNF earlier on this morning, but these kind of results will definitely be in the top 72, I'd imagine, for the Super Heats, and he's holding on to that hope of being in the top 36 come the final. There's a long, long way to go here in this competition as the latest group of X30 seniors come in to Parc Fermé.
Well, let's take you through the finishing order on that one. Of course, the provisional class. Alexander Bondarev from Ukraine takes the race win. Brilliant driving from him after a fresh set of boots on the right-hand side. Anna Rattel finishing in second place from Andrea Martinez, from Thibaut Ramikas, Marcus Lutzio and Marc Granada. Hugo
15th place, Freddie Lloyd, Maximilian Rafalik and Aaron Garcia all in the top 20 that's completed by Casper Norman. Reimer Blanc in 21st place, Mickey Blaskos in 22nd, Gil Machulo 23rd. Cale Clark, it's not been Cale Clark's weekend so far, 24th in that one ahead of Thomas Lemos. Let's have a look at some of the highlights from that latest race in X30 Senior. Brilliant start again from Thibaut Ramikas, led into turn one. It's a good start as well for Marcus Lutzio in what was a key race for him to try and hold on to the lead in the intermediate classification through these qualifying heats. Andy Rattel was also looking to get another good one, and Alexander Bondarev had a quick start as well. The 3:20 and 3:07 fell off early on in this one. Bondarev, we've seen it a couple of times so far this weekend, has always been starting these races quickly. And was early up to second place and then set about trying to find a way past Thibaut Ramikas. The 3:28 of Adrian Mustinez had some really good speed so far today, and made his way there past Hugo Martiniello for a spot in the top 6. This was a key move down the inside. Bondarev into turn 7, found a way past the young Belgian. Very much changed tack at that point. Marcus Lutzio did fall down to 6th place, fought back up to 5th place past Martiniello there, and scored 5 points in this race, so holds 2nd place in the intermediate classification. Down the inside, Mustinez on Rattel, and it looked like it was going to be another one of those runs like we saw earlier in the day from Adrian Mustinez. Down the inside went Ramikas on Bondarev. Took the lead back through the chicane, but Bondarev straight away responded. Wants to control the pace in this one. Also opened the door for Mustinez to take his place in P2 past Ramikas, and Andy Rattel followed through as well. So bit of learning to be done perhaps for Ramikas in this senior level. He went for the move for first, but it left him vulnerable and ended up in 4th. Big move this from Andy Rattel, trying to crawl his way back into the top 36. Got past Mustinez late on there for P2. It's Alexander Bondarev who took the race win from Andy Rattel, Mustinez, Ramikas and Marcus Lutzio in the top 5 as well.
Certainly so. A dramatic race in that one, still fighting, but brilliant driving from Alexander Bondarev, back where he always thinks he should be, right